All right, folks, another Friday here. In the calendar, it is February 14th, and the whole country, the whole place is going gaga. We spare a thought for those who are going through troublous times. And so welcome. Omonijo is here. He is not in the mood. Valentine. So the country is your Val.
I don't understand.
Okay. Jide is also here. Jide's Val today is the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my wife.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Now you understand where we're coming from.
I'm beginning to understand.
Okay, well, today on the program, let's tell you this. INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, obeys Supreme Court order on Bayelsa governorship election, declares PDP candidate Douye Diri winner. Ajimobi, former governor of Oyo State, cries out. He says Governor Makinde, the one you know as GSM, wants to take all his lands. Ekiti, Ogun, approved law establishing a Motekun security outfit. And of course, later on in the show, Baba Jide Otitoju's Man United is welcoming Odion Igalo. I don't know how he fits in, but is in a big preparation for the Chelsea test. As Man United manager, Solskjaer declares him indispensable.
Yes.
Crazy.
At this stage, yes.
Oh, come on, come on.
Leave us alone.
Anything is possible. All right, so the team is ready. I hope you are. All right, then, you know, the Supreme Court, otherwise the final arbiter of legal conflicts, reviews acts of the executive, the lawmakers, and politicians generally. The high-wire drama kicked off when, in the build-up to the 2019 general election, the Apex Court issued the APC in both Rivers and Zamfara states the yellow card. And so when the red cards came to the two states, we were not totally surprised. The legal fireworks continue as Bayelsa State is next. On Thursday, a 5-member panel led by Justice Mary Odili delivered the knockout blow to APC Governor-elect David Leon because of his deputy, Biobarakuma Degi Eremienyo, I hope I got that right, whose crime is forgery. Now, the electoral umpire, the INEC, has declared PDP governorship flag bearer Diri Douye winner as the court pleases. Let's hear from the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu.
The candidate of the People's Democratic Party scored the highest number of lawful votes with 143,172. Similarly, the party has scored more than 25% of the lawful votes cast in all the 8 local government areas of the state. The Commission is aware that the tenure of the incumbent governor of Bayelsa State ends at midnight today, Friday, 14th February 2020. Therefore, in fulfillment of the requirements of Section 75 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, the certificates of return to the governor and deputy governor-elect will be presented to them immediately as ordered by the Supreme Court.
Well, Jide, sometimes you're wondering, when will this motion picture end? Legal motion picture.
When politicians begin to behave in the appropriate way, I see no reason why the Constitution that states clearly that you need just the first school leaving certificate. And people who say they have MBA, they have
ABC,
doctorate, they
Name
have this, and at the end of the day, those degrees will be questionable. I mean, why don't you just, the basic requirement, just give it to INEC? During the screening for the APC governorship candidates in Kogi State, a retired chief of naval staff was disqualified because the date on his passport and another document that he filed
With
with the screening committee
Okay.
were at variance.
Advance, yeah.
One was, I think, 1959 or so. The other was something. And for that reason, they said the party disqualified him.
And
I
that's the
believe
law.
that no, that is the right thing.
Okay.
That is the right thing to ensure that such irregularity does not cost the party its chances.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So, because it could have probably, imagine if he defeated Bello in the primaries and he became candidate of the party, and the opponent cited irregularities in the document that he submitted. That is enough to disqualify him. So the party at that point disqualified the candidate. So this is what I believe, that this should have happened in
APC.
in Bayelsa, because this matter is not new. This matter came up. This matter came up when this same fellow won the senatorial contest, and the PDP challenged him, but they challenged him at the tribunal, which was not the right place to go and challenge him. I've seen people ask the question, oh, how did he get to the Senate? Is he not the Senate? But what they do not know is that he was challenged, but they filed the matter before the tribunal.
Instead
and the
of-
judge,
instead of-
a regular court,
High Court,
and
because
the
it's a
judge
pre-election
said
matter.
it's a pre-election matter. So on the basis of that, he got victory. Technical in nature, but he got deserved victory, because you have to file your papers appropriately.
And the
So
court
this
is not the court is not a shopping center.
No, the court would
Whatever
only
you
entertain
ask,
matters
you bring
that
to
it
it.
has jurisdiction over.
Exactly.
Not even a matter of being Father Christmas. If you don't have jurisdiction over a matter, if you entertain it, the upper court
That's it.
will
knock it off.
Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Let party leaders, let the impunity stop. It's not a matter of because I like a particular individual, that person must be the candidate.
Oh, yeah.
Let screen people and screen them appropriately. Because if you did that, this would not have happened.
Yeah.
For me, as a party man, if I'm a party man, for example, of course I'm not a party man, if I see the slightest hint that a person will fail, I will not field that person as candidate of my party.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the thing. Yeah. Instead of us hitting our heads against the wall and complaining about this person or complaining about that person, let us do the needful. Politician, there is a particular person, 15 different certificates, 15 different names in the certificate in Sokoto State. So if that one too got disqualified, you will say, Supreme Court did the wrong thing. No, 15. What for? I mean, every stage in his life, he got a certificate that was not his and presented. Everywhere he went, if you were going to give him commissioner, he will bring a different name.
In fact, you know this song, Mobolade, now so we go the day. What I was going to say is, there are no desperate situations, but only desperate politicians in this instance.
Absolutely. It's about the politicians. No, I was reading Festus Keyamo on this matter, and he said the justices did the right thing. Don't begin to ask for their heads. The important thing is our party's internal mechanism is faulty.
Yeah.
And we have to do something about it. You lost in Zamfara. You lost Rivers.
No lessons learned.
And now, here again, it just does. And the argument about how come he was able to get to the Senate, let's even assume that they didn't challenge him because he went to the Senate. Does that mean that if he's going for governorship, they should also not challenge him? Or if tomorrow he decides to go for the presidential election, then you have lost it? No, it doesn't make sense. That somebody was an armed robber, and he was discovered to have been an armed robber at a point, and he was not. And later you now discover that he is. Does it mean that because he got away with it the other time, you should let him get away with it this other time? No, it doesn't work like that.
Mobola, at this time, do you know you get you are in a quandary, even amongst the legal, the class of lawyers, they still find room to pick holes.
Some of them.
No, but are you surprised?
No, some of them are even very ignorant. I've been listening to quite a number of lawyers since yesterday.
Yes.
Quite a number of. Some of them will cite cases that have been arrested by law, that the courts are pronounced on, and they will say, after all, in 1999 this happened.
Yeah.
does it mean that you don't keep abreast of developments?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Some of them don't even know the amendments to the Electoral Act.
Yeah.
This morning, one of them was speaking on TV. I don't want to mention the TV so that you don't know who. I called my son, who is also a lawyer. I said, come and listen to your learned senior.
Yeah.
I mean, are you not ashamed of such a person? I mean,
They allow their emotions to get...
exactly.
Emotions about, oh, this is my party. One of our junior colleagues came into my office and said, Babajide, see, a lawyer just told me that the PDP has no right to file this matter because it should have been filed by an APC member because the PDP was not wronged by the fact that that primary election was won.
Did you pray for him?
So he went on and on. I said, hold on. This matter is not similar to Mama Taraba's matter.
Oh, yeah.
No,
He said, no, it's a lawyer. Then he put that lawyer on speaker. And the lawyer continued to talk. I said, you know what? I have nothing to say to this lawyer because I'm astounded by his level of ignorance. Tomorrow, you will see what will happen. Because paragraph 5 of the judgment of the Supreme Court says clearly that the candidates of the APC are presumed to have not taken part in the contest. So, if
in the face of the law, APC had no candidate.
Yes, the Supreme Court said it in paragraph 5 of his order, you know, as released by the registrar, that it is deemed that they didn't take part in the contest.
Yeah.
Now, if it is deemed that they did not take part in the contest, why is anyone calculating the votes that they recorded as part of the total votes? It is revolting against reasoning to continue to think like that, because if they were deemed to not have taken part in the contest, it means that every vote that they recorded is null and void.
Yeah,
therefore, you then calculate the valid votes. Another person said, oh, if that is the decision, then it means that the invalid votes, because the votes recorded by this thing, hold on.
No.
It means that the invalid votes will be higher than valid votes. Therefore, there will be a rerun. I said if the Supreme Court wants a rerun, it will give that order.
That's it.
So this is the thing. I've also seen people saying, no, this is similar to what happened in Bauchi. But
yes,
it is not similar. It is not similar. It's just ignorance peddling that we are witnessing.
Yeah.
In the case of Bauchi, Justice Acholonu nullified the election. But he stopped there. He didn't give a consequential order. He never ordered that there should be a rerun. He never ordered that they should present a certificate of return. He merely said, by the fact that it's a joint ticket, both the candidate and the deputy, both the government candidate and the deputy government candidate have lost, that their election has been nullified. INEC now in its wisdom organized a rerun and allowed Muazu to pick another candidate to replace the man who was said to have committed fraud and was dismissed from once he's dismissed, he can only return after 10 years to contest. So that's what happened. And other people also say this is similar to Faleke's matter. There's no difference.
Okay, I've heard that.
Even the law
Faleke's matter,
since then.
Faleke first filed this matter before Justice Ademola, but Justice Ademola declined to go on with the case, saying that this matter was not a pre-election matter, that it had to be resolved by the tribunal. So Faleke moved from Justice Ademola's court to the tribunal, because in the eyes of Justice Ademola, that was not a pre-election matter. Matters that you bring before the regular courts that are deemed pre-election are matters of eligibility and the rest, like this one now. You know, that's why this one was not handled by the tribunal now. So Ademola declined jurisdiction and he went to tribunal. But at the tribunal, I will agree that Faleke was cheated at the Supreme Court and all. But at the tribunal, because the final result had not been announced, the Bello camp continued to argue that the election is a process that ends with announcement, and that because that announcement had not been made, even though
Justice-
everybody
Justice
knew what the
Mahmood.
result was. They said, on account of that, this is inconclusive, and they stood on that. Again, they knew that Yaya Bello could not contest without a deputy. What did the APC leadership at that time do? The APC leadership submitted Faleke's name as Yaya Bello's deputy. Faleke said, no,
Declined.
I do not want to be Yaya Bello's deputy. Now by force, in spite of that, that was the name that was taken to INEC. And that's why Father Faleke
Okay,
ran.
I see what you mean.
Faleke paid adverts in newspapers that look, I will not allow, I won't be Yaya Bello's.
I'm not a running mate.
Because they knew that Yaya Bello would not be able to stand for election without having a deputy. They put Faleke's name there by force. Another thing, still on Faleke,
Technical.
technically, so in the to INEC, Yaya Bello had a deputy.
yeah.
That election went. Another thing, there were many irregularities that happened with Faleke's matter that if you want to be citing Faleke's matter as president, it's a waste of time. The law says that to be eligible for election,
run, yeah.
you must vote and be voted for. Yaya Bello never voted because he actually registered in Abuja, and he did not transfer his registration to Kogi.
Kogi.
You saw what later
That case
happened
is still
later.
there.
You saw what later happened later. He eventually was guilty of double registration. Maybe when his immunity goes, they will put him on trial. So this is the thing. When you want to compare cases, look at those cases thoroughly and ask yourself, is this really something that I can...
You know, you just, this last line, maybe when his immunity diminishes or
Yes,
vanishes.
because you have no right to have double registration.
You know, it will take us to 1999, Omonijo, when your first Senate president and your first speaker under Chief Obasanjo had wahala, if you remember.
They did.
So
Salisu Buhari had to be removed as speaker.
were they punished for the crimes?
No.
But that's...
They were given state pardon. I mean, for Salisu was given state pardon.
but I'm saying the crime is not punished. But
I agree. That's an issue.
And it is something we
That's
must
an issue.
broach.
This one is a question of forgery.
Good.
And
Which
it's
is
a crime.
criminal.
And as a result, it should be prosecuted for the crime.
Manager, but you
committed.
know, let's come from a different tangent. At the National Assembly, we have over 400 lawmakers. Don't you think it is time they rejigged the law, raised the bar? To be governor, to be councillor, it must be this.
No, raise the bar. How? I don't
No. Don't make it fluid. Just show that you have attended college. But fix it, or is it wrong?
I don't have problem with all these qualification problems. My problem is forgery. Forgery is not something that should be allowed at all. No, ordinarily, I think the power as to who you make governor or whatever belongs to the electorate.
Yeah.
Let them decide. This one has PhD, but we don't want him. This one has a school certificate, we want him. Let the electorate decide. Okay. But when you now go and you put a different name for MBA, a different name for masters, a different name for first degree, another one for school living certificate, another one on your birth certificate.
And then you went,
what kind of person are you?
then you're at the appeal court, you got away with the affidavit that you filed. But the Supreme Court said, no, the affidavit,
we are going beyond that.
You are not going to accept
But
the
there's a
affidavit.
point I need to make, please.
We must rest it.
Okay.
Time is the master. But I know the viewer understands where we are all coming from. So the debate continues. The debate must continue, as is to provoke the debate. You know, once out of power, almost anything can happen to you and with you. Immediate past Oyo State Hemsman, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, is an intensely frustrated man today, as we sit here. The Oyo South Senator is at daggers drawn with incumbent Governor Seyi Makinde, the one you know as GSM, over a choice property at the Agodi GRA in Ibadan. Governor Makinde revoked the CFO of the land in question. The state government insists the affected parcels of land were so revoked in line with the Land Use Act and in the overriding public interest. To the former number one of the state, the disputed property were a dash from late Alhaji Aziz Arishekola Alao, The senator is in court. The battle line is drawn in the sand.
I'm really worried that governors will be targeting their predecessors or people that they have political differences with. There are people who are saying that Ajimobi's building is at a cul-de-sac. It's at the end of the road. It's not
It dead end. So
yes,
yeah.
it's not the only building in that place, but that it is building that they have decided to revoke the CFO. Recall that in Kaduna State, in the heat of the factionalization of the APC in Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai went after the property of the deputy national chairman
of the party.
Northwest, Inua Abdulkadir. His house is surrounded by other houses, including even including an hotel. But his house was the only one that was demolished, just to teach him a lesson.
That house chook eye.
Just to teach him a lesson
want
that,
chook
look, I
person
want to
eye.
whip you into
One
my
in power.
I'm the one in power. I have all the powers I could
Oh
do.
boy.
Some APC members today in Zamfara, they are also complaining. In fact, the governorship candidate is complaining that, the current governor is going after this building. They want to
More like
demolish.
saying he's coming at me.
Yes. So it's a big concern even in Zamfara today. People must realize that power is transient. Ajimobi has been governor and he has done his best.
He has left
He's been the best governor in the history of that state. I can defend what I'm saying because I've been to that state so many times. He has done his best for his state. He deserves to enjoy his time out of power. Harassing your opponent because you have differences over local government issue and the rest of that is meaningless. Focus on your work. Keep your eyes on the ball. I said it the other day that this governor in Oyo State, he started well. But I'm seeing signs that he is just committed to self-destruct. He's bent on just distracting himself with things that do not matter. Look at the way he's handling the local government matter. Whereas his own mate in Zamfara, his own mate in Zamfara, those parts, the APC chairman, they have defected into his party. When you could easily have called these guys that, look, join my train.
Yeah.
I want to take this state to the next level, the level that it had never reached before. Let's work together. You are the governor, you have so much powers. They will listen to you. They will join your party. Instead, you are harassing them and they have a judgment, they are in a position of strength. So this is what we have now. So to punish a man on the assumption that that is the man who is giving those people the encouragement to be insolent against the governor, I don't think it's right. And if the Ajimobis have provided all the documents that is needed, you just need to leave them alone. What do you want to put on that property?
Yeah, but so when he's pleading, the GSM is pleading that any decision taken had to do with the Land Use Act. Do we understand what he means?
No, that's neither.
Mobolade?
Well, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, they even said it's in the public interest. It's nebulous. I mean, go ahead and tell us. I've had the chief press secretary to the governor, who also explained that number one, it's not only his property that was involved, both in the GRA Agodi and at what's his name, edition or what's now. No, that a number of them were, and it was in the interest of the public.
Even the SSG
But-
and the deputy governor too.
Involved.
But
yeah.
what does that mean? What does the public interest mean? Then they said that the said property was acquired or was approved for private residential, but now it is being turned to commercial residential without approval. You can always look for words, to justify whatever you choose to do. I think the issue is impunity should stop. it's not only about Makinde. Generally speaking, political office holders, they begin to see themselves as the be it and as everything.
Be all end all.
Be all end all. No, nothing else. That whatever we decide is there. They will know. When Ajimobi was there, people said it was constituted authority. This man has gone there now. He wants to show that even the constituted authority, I can teach him some lessons too. I think we should be a little bit more honorable when we get into office. We should know that the people gave us this in their own interest, and people should be able to believe that these people are decent men.
And besides,
and it's important.
Besides, do you know there's life after government house?
Exactly.
Yes.
Ajimobi was there yesterday. He's not there today.
And Makinde will be
that's what I want to say.
Former governor
He
tomorrow.
will become my final tomorrow. So
Yeah.
what are we talking about? It's transient, like Jide said. It doesn't last forever.
So
we should know that.
Is this the sole essence of politics?
Politics
Or
is
is it
supposed to
a
be-
Nigerian type democracy?
It is Nigerian type, unfortunately, because we are supposed to be honorable. But
Okay, let's take this commercial break. We need some money too. Please don't go away. All right, folks, welcome back. And Mobolade, as it is, any window of opportunity of getting around this problem?
No, I think the important thing that our politicians should learn is that when things, even if the government thinks that somebody has illegally converted an issue, it is the court that has the final say. Don't constitute yourself into the judiciary and take a decision. If you think it's an opinion, the other person has his own opinion,
Yes.
then take the person to somebody who can legitimately take a decision on the matter.
Yeah.
I think all our people in offices should learn this. They should know that impunity does not pay. It could pay for a short while. In the long run, you will be the loser. Because when you go, you will lose face.
And governors must realize that they are not God. God, the small letter G, and they should not play God. The case is in court. If you pull down Ajimobi's property, what is most likely to happen is that it will be heavily compensated. The court will so declare
And it's government
that
money.
the government should compensate him heavily. Now, do you want to use scarce taxpayers' money, scarce or your state taxpayers' money, to pay for an avoidable avoidable penal fee? Penal fee.
Underline avoidable. Most of
Yes.
these things are
That's
avoidable.
what I'm saying. Do you
They
want to pay an avoidable penal fee when you could actually use the money to sink boreholes and make the people happy in different parts of the state?
Okay, we must pass on. The show must go on, but the debate must continue. Gentlemen, there's such a thing as knowing where to apply the brakes, because tomorrow we go leave government
the
house
truth.
and we go meet
You become a
somewhere.
private citizen, like any other person.
I think we should have seen this coming. Both parties, if you ask me. The case is in court, so I don't have to make any pronouncement. I have no right to. But ours is to take the issues to the front burner. This is when you expect rhyme and reason to reign supreme. Rhyme and reason. So it's not, it goes beyond PDP, APC, because tomorrow Oyo State will still remain. The party would have vamoosed.
Exactly.
That's good.
Okay, please form your opinion. Ours is to help you mold that, help mold the opinion. Okay. But last line, there are no desperate situations. We have only desperate, in this case, politicians. Now, the debate about the joint security outfit by the Southwest Geopolitical Zone, aka Amotekun, is a never-ending one. But then, first things first. Both Ogun and Ekiti states have approved bills giving teeth to the establishment of the security outfit. For Ogun State, the bill was passed on Tuesday, 11th February, and Ekiti State tidied its own side of the bargain on Wednesday, 12th. it's now to the next stage. Mobolade?
Yes, I'm particularly pleased that we are moving. We are moving in the country. We are beginning to realize that all this over-concentration and over-centralization is not helping anybody. And we have seen the effects in the security situation in the country. And I'm happy that the Southwest governors, they blazed the trail. They came together. There were issues as to legal framework. The Attorney General decided to...
But we talked about it. The cat must not go before the horse.
Well, me, I don't blame them.
You talk about desperate times and desperate reactions.
If they had decided to go the way you are suggesting, we won't be where we are today.
Okay.
It would have been killed earlier.
Oh, really?
That's my... No, it would have been killed earlier. I think it's better that they came up, it came to the public.
Don't forget me, Abi Calabar.
It became inevitable.
It became inevitable.
Abi
So you
Calabar,
now have
you
to
be
find a
Yoruba.
way out of the situation.
All right.
So I don't blame the governors. In fact, I commend them
Yes.
for what they did and how they did it. I'm happy that we are arriving at some point. I'm happy that even the community policing thing that had been there for a while is being
Gaining
brought
currency.
Really energized.
I'm beginning to hear
and it's
it.
also because essentially the Amotekun thing came up,
Yes.
that everybody is trying to sign in and sign on. And I'm happy Nigeria is moving. In terms of security, the Nigeria police force is inadequate to handle everything. Let the people who have their cultural differences and let them have the security system that will also reflect the circumstances, their community.
Security does not know tribe, creed, or religion?
Yes.
Or insecurity, if you see what I mean.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. But the security system should be able to appreciate and anticipate what certain people could do, and people who know their environment should be involved. If you bring a man from Zamfara to come to Ilesha, he probably will not understand what is happening there for a while. You know, and before he even gets really familiar with it, he's been taken to
A lot of water.
No, these are some of the issues.
Yeah.
So we need to be, it needs to be complemented, not replaced by people who understand the environment.
Jude, but there are overhanging fruits. You talk about logistics and so on, right?
Yes, and that's why that's what the bill will take care of. The Amotekun bill has about 38 provisions, you know, and it takes care of the functions, the objectives, the establishment, and composition of the governing board.
Okay.
So you see clearly that this is a well put together thing. It's not something that you just do, just off the cuff.
Are the two bills applicable to the Southwest?
Yes, there's been harmonized in a way that, you see clearly that all of the attorney generals of those states, they came together.
Even the majority leaders too, they met
to brainstorm. No? So this is something that these governors take seriously. For example, Governor Makinde received the legal framework from Professor Oyewo. So, and we are expecting the House to pass the bill so that Oyo will join the states that are ready. I'm impressed with the zeal that Kadifayemi has shown on this matter. I'm impressed with the zeal that the man with the white beard in those states has shown, because he was going to be a victim of bandits. He came under fire. His convoy came under fire. So he has seen for himself the reason we need this thing desperately. At a point, he even said, well, I don't mind if I don't get re-elected.
Yes,
But this Amotekun thing, I will pursue it with all the vigor that I've got. Yes, and that's what they are doing. So it's now, at the end of the day, they are also talking with the IG. The IG already agrees with some of the items on the bill. So you don't have a situation in which Amotekun will work at cross purposes with the police. No. Amotekun will work with the police to complement the police.
That's all.
To where we do not have enough policemen, the Amotekun Corps will be present There's no way. We don't have enough police to police all our communities. So these guys are like helpers, you know. They are meant to bolster the efforts of the police, and people should see it as such. All the people running down Amotekun and giving it a bad name, making it look like just a regional force. The Yorubas want to start a country of their own. Absolute rubbish.
Secession.
This is something meant to protect our people.
Exactly. That's
And
all.
by the time these guys are in place, given the efforts that these governors have made, cars have been bought, patrol vehicles have been bought, and all that.
Yeah.
You will see clearly that in the no distant future, we will be able to travel freely the way we used to do. I pray that even the demand for, the requisition that has been made for license will be granted by the IG. Gun license will be granted by the IG,
yeah.
because there has to be a form of deterrence, no matter how. You know, so
If guns are going to come into the picture, Amotekun personnel must be duly trained.
yes, and in any case, it's then gone, not
If they kill.
not
gun,
AK-47.
kill.
The hunters who are night watchmen, don't they carry guns?
They carry
I
gun.
agree.
Hunters use
Those
them
guns they are licensed, I beg.
Yes, these ones too should be licensed. That's
Yeah.
what we are saying. So that at least they will carry a semblance of a weapon, you know, not clubs or the other dangerous weapons that the Isba people use in Kano.
Molade, we can go there. Regional zones, setting up something close to Amotekun is not out of the question.
No, it's not. It shouldn't be. Well, they've been able to modify it. The decision could be taken, the idea, the initiative could be regional, but each state now passes it and it becomes Ekiti State Amotekun Corps and all that. So at the state level, because they are the federating units that are recognized by, but then they can now link up with one another because the states, they have borders and criminals could run from one state to another. So they would have some understanding.
That's it. Okay. Well, again, the debate must continue. We have given you all the weapons with which to reach a conclusion. Wish you well. You know, if there was a footballer whose legs were in the fire, that man is Nigerian striker Odion Igalo. The 30-year-old who joined the Red Devils, that's Man United, before the transfer window closed, was plying his trade in the Chinese Super League. He appears set to face fierce rivals Chelsea. Manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was forced to shop for a striker following injury to Marcus Rashford. Igalo is not a stranger to English football fans. Is a man ready for the gritty job?
Yeah, I think he's ready.
But let's show you
Let's
this.
see him in training, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good workout, but at the end of the day, goals matter. We are joined now by Mia, a sports monger. Mia, 30 years old, Igalo returning to England. Is he making a new statement here?
Well, he's made a statement before in England, and English football is not new to him. Since the past 14 days, Igalo has been working with Wayne Richardson at the Manchester United, at Great Britain gym. I spoke with him 2 days ago, and he says everything is well. In the next 24 hours, by tomorrow, he should be training with the main Manchester United squad. For every club he has
no
played for.
coronavirus concerns here.
Well, at this point in time, you want to take a look at the fact that they've gone through the precautionary measures, So you're talking about a man who is raring to go at this stage and given the all clear to indeed.
Okay, no, but it's only natural to ask.
At the stage, in the last 20 minutes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just spoke and he said there is a possibility that they will come off the bench to indeed play for Manchester United against Chelsea Football Club.
But the statement from Gunnar that the man is indispensable for me is a little naughty. Knotty.
Well, looking at the situation that Manchester United have found themselves, you're looking at the fact that Igalo brings something different. There's high expectation at this stage. Marcus Rashford, the highest goal scorer, is injured. You need a direct player who could replace him to a large extent. United couldn't get that in the January transfer window. And it's not the first time United are facing this kind of situation. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, 2006, 2007, they were in similar crisis. And one man from Sweden, Henrik Larsson, was brought into Manchester United, and he made a difference for the Red Devils. Even at a point in time, fans wanted Larsson to be signed permanently. And Ferguson said he has done fantastically well for the Red Devils. I feel that Odion Igalo has what it takes. He's experienced enough. For every club he has played in, he has never failed anywhere. He has scored for every club he's played with, and I don't think United will be different. This is his dream.
Thank you.
He's getting it.
Thank you, Prophet. But Jide, only goals win matches. Manchester United are sitting 8th on the table.
Yes.
So?
Yes, the goal is to upstage Chelsea and knock Chelsea off the 4th.
Who are in the 4th?
Knock them off the 4th position. Chelsea has not been consistent. The Manchester United too has not been consistent. Otherwise, every time that Chelsea drop points, you expected Manchester United to do well. Those are the times that they don't win. Those are the times that they draw. So they've been unable to close that gap. But who knows? The coming of Ihalo may be the turning point because he's a sort of player.
Look at the obstacles. I have them here. Tottenham, Sheffield United, Chelsea.
Yes, those are beatable teams. They can beat them. They've beaten Chelsea 2 times this season.
That's the trouble with you fans.
They beat Chelsea at Old Trafford. They also beat them at home.
Beat them at the studio here.
Yes, they beat them at home.
I'm not the season. Yes.
So if I can beat you at home, who says I can't beat you again? I've beaten you at home before. So when I beat you, I'll take 3 points from you. Then the gap will narrow to 3 points. How many people believed that this Manchester United team could beat Manchester City
twice
2 times at
this
home?
season?
2 times at home.
Oh,
between December,
no prophet saw it coming.
Hallelujah! For the first time in a long time. It's good.
Well, they are used to beating Man City at home. If you don't know.
Here we go.
But this is the thing. Remember, Manchester United was behind by 2 goals against Man City at the Etihad. But they still went ahead to beat them 3-2. So beating City at home is not it happens all the time for Manchester United.
The biggest of the boys will be Liverpool.
Yes, and up till now, Manchester United is the only team that has taken a point off Liverpool. So this team is not consistent, but is capable of coming up with some results that you don't expect. Beating Tottenham and Manchester City back-to-back surprised many people. It shows that there is still quality in this team. Now, with an Igalo, a direct player, physical player, a proven scorer, a proven player in the Premier League, then maybe he will give them something different, something special, something that they didn't have. Because now, playing Martial as the point man has not delivered the dividends.
Oh, yeah.
So Martial may, of course, now have to move to the left wing
or play behind.
Yeah, so that
behind
he can then give our audience the chance to play through the middle.
And it's also about blending.
Well,
Watford is a different kettle of fish. Man United, to me, looks. What's the word now?
That's the biggest challenge Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is facing. Truth be told, you see, when a team is not doing well, 70% wise, it's not just about the players. It's about the coaches. Take a look at Arsenal, for example. Under Emery, the team was in disarray.
Don't go there. I'm there.
I understand that. I won't eat you too hard. The team was in disarray. But under Mikel Arteta, you can see that the team is a different kettle of fish at this point in time. So a manager should be able to play to the strength of his players. Now, just like it's been said, Ighalo brings something different. United never had that direct player.
While you are going ahead, your back they're important too.
Yes, but the most important thing is scoring goals. Just like you said, the name of the game is about scoring goals, and that's the problem United are facing at this point in time.
From being scored.
Yes, I think they are better off in that, but scoring goals is the most important thing at this stage when you have your key players injured.
We must thank you. I hope you can get 3 points for Man United by saying this. No problem.
Well,
I feel Ighalo will deliver. We'll be here next week to take a look.
But you know, Ighalo is carrying the flag of Nigeria.
That's it.
Yes, and he's a fan.
And he's a fan of Manchester United.
Which is important. So he will play for the badge. He will give his all.
He took a pay cut.
You know, he sacrificed to play for this team because this is a kind of dream come true. And for those bad-mouthing Ighalo, saying all kinds of things about him, they conveniently forget that this guy has entered an elite group. That is the group of players who were privileged to be highest scorers in the African Cup of Nations. Some of the best players in the world have played in that tournament and never featured among the highest scorers.
Kanu never scored.
Yes. He played.
But it doesn't make him any less a good
footballer. He said greater players.
Yes, I'm saying that it is not a mean feat to be highest scorer at that tournament, given the quality of players,
especially if you are a scorer.
So, Sadio Mane is a scorer. Why didn't he match highest scorer?
Through the qualifiers, he was the highest goal scorer
I'm saying that
the tournament.
And the tournament, he was the highest scorer. So don't underrate this fellow. If he outscored people like Salah, people like Mane and the rest of them, that means he has goals in him. And I'm confident that this guy will deliver.
My goal now is to thank Mia for coming.
I must say a very big thank you also for having me.
My goal is to stop you from underrating Manchester
Here we go again. No. Talk about my Arsenal. Mia, thank you. Thank you very kindly.
That's
okay
then.
Mia is also an Arsenal.
Easy.
So that's it was.
You share a heritage of never winning
the
Champions League.
I'm with Iggy because he's a friend and he's a Nigerian.
No go there again. All right, so that will just about do it. But let's thank Mobolade Omonijo. He was here, so he had to give way to Mia. If you missed this program, you may also watch the program on other platforms. We'll show you on the screen now. And on YouTube at youtube.com/CVC News Nigeria. The feedback channel remains the same. It's Lovers' Day. Please, the country must be your vow for now and always. Jide, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Mia, thank you too. I'm out of here. Bye-bye now.